to Kaiseki Anime, where we air new episodes every other week. Kaiseki covers currently airing anime, older series seen recently, and other relevant topics for the season. I'm your host Marina of the blog Anime B&B, and with me is my co-host Draggle of the cleverly titled Draggle's Anime blog.
This week, we reviewed the spring 2025 anime season. So this was quite the season, at least for me. So many good shows, and a lot of really good shows.
And I feel like we dropped just as many as we started with.
Yeah, but we will never speak of those again.
That's right. We're going to leave those in the past and just move forward with the ones that we actually finished.
Yes, and we'll start with the worst first, as usual, which is all of me, I think.
Is that a surprise at all?
No, it shouldn't be. First is I left my A-rank party to help my former students reach the dungeon depths. And this is the one where it's not isekai, but it's a fantasy show where the guy gets kicked out of the party and then he joins a new party with his old students. But the twist is that they go into the dungeons, but they're also streaming, like YouTubers. And I thought the first season was interesting, especially with getting their revenge. But now in the second season, it's just getting more and more complicated, and I forgot what the original point is, and the number of girls in the harem keeps growing, and I just don't care anymore.
Wait, this is the second season? I thought that there was a second season that was still to come, and this was the first season.
No, there's a third season yet to come. I don't know why.
Oh.
I don't understand why. Like, this show's not very good.
Oh, interesting. Okay, because like when I look at it, it shows this one as being like the season 1, and then what they call season 2 is not yet released.
Oh, well, I think there were two like anime seasons, but they were continuous. So I guess they would call it one season.
Oh, because this is 24 episodes.
Yeah. There's already been 24 episodes, and I'm confused why, because I can't imagine this show is that popular.
Yeah, but you finished it.
I did, but
Okay.
I'm out now.
Uh-huh.
You sounds like you don't believe me, but you're...
I'm just saying, we talked about this.
You're probably right not to believe me. Anyway,
okay.
Next was Please Put Them On Takamine-san. This is the one where the girl takes her underwear off to time travel and fix her mistakes. She's a perfectionist. And then she needs the boy to put her underwear back on so that she can be wearing underwear and also do it again to fix her next mistake.
Mm-hmm.
This was interesting, but it wasn't trashy enough. It had so much opportunity to be more trashy and more ridiculous and more stupid. And it just ended up being like a normal love story, except with this weird time travel underwear thing.
Wait, so it's trash because it wasn't trashy enough?
Yes.
So if it was trashier, like if it went full into it way more, then it would be where?
Then it would be in the good section.
Okay.
Yes. You understand
like
me. Yes.
I do. Yeah.
Okay. And next was similar. The Shiunji family children. This is the show where it's like reverse Who is Imoto, where they're told in the first episode, all these siblings, that they're actually not blood related at all.
Mm-hmm.
Then all of the characters get horny for their siblings suddenly. But it also could have gone so much further, been so much more ridiculous. And it tried to be like too normal and serious. Yeah, I will give it some credit because the last episode, it ended with the like future twist reveal to get you to read the manga. That it turns out that actually one of the characters are real siblings after all.
What?
Yeah, so...
Why would that be hidden at the start? Like, why would the revelation be that they're not related and then the twist to be, oh, but wait, one of them is related?
I have no idea why, but I like the energy that they're going for with that.
Okay. Does that mean there's going to be a sequel?
I can't imagine there will be. It kind of sucked, objectively speaking. But okay. I think it's more like get you to read the manga or the whatever it's based on.
Okay.
Yeah. That's it for the trash. Should we move on to Mediocre?
Yeah, and once again, the first one in this entry, just a handful, is you, Aharen-san wa Hakarenai.
Yeah, this one is about the girl Aharen-san who disappears, and she's basically a little gremlin. And the boy is her caretaker figure. I thought I liked the first season, but then as I finished this, I was really bored all season, and I was thinking the whole time, the first season was so much better. But then
but was it?
Yeah, then when I wrote my review on my vlog, I read my review of the first season, and I thought that one was boring too. I just forgot.
Wait, so like your previous review itself said it was boring and
yeah.
Right. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Or you were bored by your review?
No, my previous review said it was boring.
See, that's what I thought. I thought when we had talked about it that you were just like, eh. But then when this new season aired, you were so into it. So I was like, okay, maybe I misremember.
You remember what I thought better than I do, clearly. Yeah.
That's sad. I mean, but it was interesting enough for you to finish.
Yeah, I finished it.
You don't sound too thrilled with that.
No, that's why it's in mediocre. The next one, I'm shocked that you watched.
Well, I mean, we've talked about this before. This is as much a KOWLOON show as it is mine. I mean, it's more his than mine because I am not the biggest fan of this. The only thing I really enjoy, I guess, is the art and animation, which I think is great. It looks good. And it's got some really cool character designs. And I like the designs, basically. I love their firefighter suits that they have. I think the various powers they have are interesting, but that's where it stops for me. But it's just like this ridiculous over-the-top world about like the secret behind like why they have these fiery powers, why people combust. And a lot of those secrets are really revealed in this third season. And, my husband loves the show for not because he thinks it's brilliant, because it's like entertainingly stupid to him. And he how you are with other shows.
Yes, I do understand.
So I think you would enjoy this if it didn't have so much combat. Like if you just watched it and there was just like less combat, I think you would find sort of the manipulative way like these organizations and then how they insert like this religion, which was also made up.
Yeah,
they reveal in this season.
I did enjoy.
I thought you would love that.
The evil religion parts.
Yeah, but they go deeper into that in season 3.
Okay.
So I feel like you would have enjoyed it if not for the combat.
I think KOWLOON would enjoy Dr. Stone. Why isn't he watching Dr. Stone with you?
Because he watches what I watch, right? And like the times when he would watch things that I don't watch is a lot less than it used to be because he used to cycle and watch at the same time, right? So that's when he would get a lot of shows in that we don't share.
Okay.
So, yeah. I think he would probably like Dr. Stone too.
Yes. But anyway, does the naked girl show up a lot? How's the naked girl doing?
Thankfully, she does not show up as much, and I'm so thankful for that. I just don't want her around. And, I don't know why they didn't feature her as much. I mean, because she's not as integral to the story, and they really went deep into, again, like the history behind why things are the way they are, and Shinra. And she just, she was just too much of a side character to be featured much.
Excellent.
Thankfully.
Excellent.
Let's move on to Food for the Soul, which I did not finish, but you did.
I did, and yeah, it's mediocre. This was kind of what I expected from the start, though, but all these, like, PA works, cute girls doing cute things, like Hanasaku Iroha, Tari Tari, they all start with, like, such a good first episode, where it gets you excited, it has some unique aspect to it, and then they all turn into the exact same thing, right? Like, this one, it started out with this girl who's suffering from this, like, crippling social anxiety. She's like so scared of making friends and going to college and stuff. And then she connects with these group of people in the food club. And it was like a pretty moving episode, I thought. And then the rest of the show, they completely forget about all that. And it's just these cute girls having fun doing food stuff.
Yeah, that was also my main issue. Like, I thought the intro was kind of interesting. I was, if you remember, really disappointed that they didn't like go all in on the food thing. Not in the nature that you described it, but I want it to be like a club centered on food, right?
Right.
Which is not what it turned out to be. So that was my disappointment. But still, you were right to where I found the first episode far more interesting than I got up to, I think, episode 5. And that was a slog.
Yeah.
I did not really enjoy the episodes, like occasional snippets where I would laugh here or there, but it was really just disinteresting mostly. And I feel like I see this all the time with writing, right? With stories too, where someone will have like this brilliant idea. I do it myself. And you'll write like that first chapter okay, or an anime, you have that really great first episode. But it's like you pack all of your ideas into like that one, that's your hook, right?
Yeah.
But then it just peters out after that. Why? Because they didn't think beyond that. It's like they didn't write the entire story or do a full outline. They just had like this idea and they're like, let's run with it. It'll just come naturally. It doesn't.
No, it
And it's
did
not
not come
interesting.
naturally.
And it's just like, what are you doing here? What are you trying to get us to enjoy here?
Yeah. And the same company has done the same thing so many times. It's like, why do I keep falling for this?
There are some exceptions with PA Works, and their stuff always looks good. It's just like they really need to work on their story writing.
Yeah. And they do have shows which did have good stories, right? Just not these cute girls hanging around ones.
I don't know why they keep doing this, though. Like, you can do a better job if you just put a little bit more thought into, is it the source material? Because what is this?
I have no idea.
No, this is an anime original. So again, like, yeah, someone had a great idea and then they just failed to follow through.
Exactly.
All right. This next one is The Two Perfect Saint Tossed Aside by My Fiancé and Sold to Another Kingdom, which I did watch. Did you finish it?
I did finish it, yeah. And honestly, I felt exactly the same as the one we just described. Well, this one's not quite as bad.
No, I was going to be like, really? I thought it was somewhat more interesting.
It was somewhat more interesting, but it also started out with this great first episode. This girl's like being...
Was it great? Come on, Drago.
Okay.
Great is a strong word.
Great is a strong word, but compared to the rest of the show, it was pretty great. Okay.
Okay. I mean, like, that's where all the drama is, and we know you love drama.
Yeah, exactly. I was emotionally invested in all the drama. Like, oh, this girl, she suffered so much. She's getting her boyfriend's
I love the suffering on Draggle.
Exactly. I love all this suffering. It's great. And then episode 2, like, started the episode like, oh, she went to another country. Everyone there is really nice. All the drama is solved.
Yeah.
Except for her.
No, not all the drama is solved. That's not true.
But the main drama from the first episode, that was all solved. Right? She still has like her sister left behind. But there was new drama, Drago. There was new drama, and the new drama was okay. But it's like, I don't know. It just felt like such a
wanted
wasted
Philia's
opportunity.
tears.
Yes.
You preferred her angst over, say, Mia's angst.
No, I wanted both of their angst. The more angst, the better.
You're so bad. Okay, I enjoyed it. I was happy for her that she finally found a place where she was appreciated and that there is even a love story that came out of it. Like, I enjoyed that, okay? Like, she deserves it.
Okay, also, the love story sucked. I'm sorry.
No, I mean, because it's not the focus. It's just like sort of this natural development that happened with her being there and getting to know each other. It wasn't supposed to be anything grand.
Yeah, okay, well, then we agree that the love story sucks.
No, you just want everything to be just so woo, sparkly and dramatic and angst, and it doesn't always have to be that way. There's beauty in the simple things, Draggle.
Okay, sure.
But was this show brilliant? No. It was very predictable, formulaic, but that's fine. That's what I was here for. Now, let's move on to the last one in this section, which is the unaware Atelier Meister. I hope I said that right.
I think so, yeah. You watched this one?
Yeah, we talked about it.
Oh.
I thought the kid was cute.
He was cute, yeah.
Yeah, he's like so ridiculously overpowered and oblivious about it.
Yeah. This one did not suffer from the problem of the last two, and that I knew it would suck from the first episode. But I was okay with that, and I watched it anyway.
But it sucked in a good way.
Yeah, exactly. It sucked in a good way. See, you're sounding more and more like me every day.
No, I wouldn't say it sucked, okay? Like, I guess if we talked about it, the predictability is what sucked. But that was fine because that's what I wanted from it. I knew what I wanted and I got what I wanted.
Right. And we both agree it was mediocre.
Yes, it was mediocre, but it still made me happy.
Yes, I felt the same way.
Okay. I just really enjoyed his character. It just kept making me laugh that he was always totally not aware of just how amazing what he does and knows how to do affects the people around him. Like how he's just inadvertently healing people, curing their curses, you know?
Yeah, it's the good kind of mediocre.
Yeah, and everyone, including the watcher, you know, we want to protect him. Must protect him.
Yes, and he was protected. So everyone's dreams came true.
Like, I barely remember the details of all the things that happened in the show other than the fact that he just always made things work out for the better.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you what happened either. He built some mines and He was very good at all the crafting.
Saved a lot of people's lives.
I think he did, but I don't remember the details.
There are like curses, right? The princess, he cured her curse.
That's true.
There was like the evil Duke dude. I don't remember what his name was, but like everything that he was doing was for his daughter apparently. And then
he was actually
saves that.
A good evil Duke dude. Yeah.
Exactly, right? Because all the evil is forgiven because it was for the sake of his daughter.
Yes. Very, very convenient.
Yeah. So again, like nothing here is surprising, but that's okay.
Exactly. Sometimes you need a show like that. Shall we move on to the good shows?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, the first one, I think any other season, I would have put it in the next category, best of the season. But it's a ninja and an assassin under one roof. And it was really good. It was very stylish, very creative direction, very funny. I loved the ninja being like oblivious to everything and the assassin casually murdering people. And
it was an interesting type of humor too because it was pretty dark.
It was dark.
With a very colorful palette of being dark matter that they were discussing and showing to us.
Yeah, the contradiction between the subject matter and the style worked great.
Yeah. Cute/morbid.
Yeah.
The view on death and their cavalier way of treating it.
Yeah. And so why did you put it in good?
Because I also enjoyed it. Like, I laughed a lot. It's just interesting, though, because of how heavy some of the things were. Mm-hmm. We could only ever watch, like, an episode at a time and not very frequently because it would be, like, not just too much for me, but even Keiru, he's like, I can't handle that too much. She's just so mean, right? Like, Konoha's just so mean. I always feel bad for the ninja girl, Satoko.
Yeah.
I'm like, really? It's kind of funny. He's like, no, it's just, like, terrible the way she treats her.
It is terrible.
But then also, he's like, I can only handle so much of that at a time. And I'm like, okay. But, you know, you've got a point. There are pretty heavy things happening here. And it's basically bullying and gaslighting and, like, all of this.
Yeah, she's terrible. Oh, my God. That, my favorite part was the robot ninja.
The robot ninja's end was very sad. But, you know, she also, like... she was reborn in a different form, right? The little one.
She was, yeah.
You want to know what I thought was also amusing was the voice actor behind Konoha.
Oh, what about her?
It was Hanazawa Kana, which is like not the voice that I would have picked to play this kind of character, but it makes sense. She did a great job with it. It's just I always see her as more of like a cutesy character.
Yeah, I thought the voice definitely worked.
Yeah. I thought like the voice acting across the board, they were all very suitable. And I thought the portrayals of them were perfect, like just how oblivious the ninja is, Satoko, and I'm happy for them. You know, by the end, they came together.
Yeah, they came together. They appreciate each other. They got married. Everything worked out.
I don't know about the marriage thing, but okay, yeah.
Yeah.
They got the house of the people that they've killed.
Should we move on to the next one, which is all you?
Black Butler Emerald Witch Arc is another series for the Black Butler franchise, of which I am a big fan. I always have been. I very much enjoyed this one. It was a little bit different, I feel, in tone. Like, Black Butler series are always fairly dark. I mean, he does have, like, a contracted demon here, right?
Yeah.
But this one particularly so because I feel like the previous seasons were centered more like on a undercover kind of job where he was pretending to be a student. This one, it sets him in what feels like a fairy tale, which there's lots of fairy tales throughout this entire franchise, but like it's a dark forest with apparently werewolves and they're stuck in this forest, and it just has like a much darker tone to it than I feel like I've watched in a long time from this, and maybe it's just been too long since I've seen the older series.
What do you remember, like, how old is this series? Because it seems really long running.
The first anime that I saw, the original Black Butler, was 2008.
Oh, wow.
So, a long time. That's more than 10 years.
17 years. You're almost at 20.
Almost there. So I'm saying, it's like, it's been so long, and I feel like this one, which centers on this very German-esque because of the characters' names, what they speak German, and the whole like culture behind the forest and the wolves just feels more like a Hans fairy tale, right? The dark version, which is on point for some of the older series. I guess I sort of forgot that. So it was kind of nice going back to that and seeing just how demonic Sebastian can be. Also seeing a little bit more of Ciel's trauma, which I had also sort of forgotten about, which was pivotal in like the original series. So yeah, I did like this. And of course, there's probably going to be, I think there's already a sequel announced for this.
Okay.
So I'll be there for that as well.
Sweet. And the next one is also yours, since it involves baseball.
Catch Me at the Ballpark was such a surprise. Now, I think that if you didn't have such a stigma against sports and specifically baseball, you might actually enjoy this because it's not necessarily about the sport itself, but it's about the ballpark, like everything and everyone who goes there and keeps it running.
I think you're right, because I actually did enjoy the first episode. I just couldn't get over my irrational hatred of baseball.
Yes. I knew it was a really far stretch to think that you would watch this, but I do think you would have found it somewhat enjoyable and heartwarming. It reminded me a little bit of, I guess we'll talk about this later, but it reminded me a little bit of like Hotel Apocalypse, with how you just sort of are moving from character to character and meeting all these new people that occasionally will join again, but then go away about their life. You don't see them again. But then you have some of the more reoccurring characters, and that one is centered on the hotel, right? This one is centered on the ballpark.
Right.
So you have what we start out with, the beer girl, right? And she's like the constant, but she isn't the only character that we see her a lot, and she is what I would call the main character, but we very often see this ballpark through someone else's eyes. Like a businessman who comes here often after work, and he always looks really tired, who she seems to have a crush on. Some of the other baseball players we see from their point of view. We see from the some of the other beer girls, but not as much. But then we'll also see from like the food vendors as well, like the ones who aren't walking around, but the ones that stay behind their little food booths that you have to go to get yours.
Okay.
I don't know. It was just so heartwarming seeing how everyone comes together. And then, of course, like the climax of the show is about them getting into the series, right? Like they have this chance to go further than they've ever gone before. And so like this is a pivotal game that if they win, right, they'll go on to go into the series. But like in a surprise twist, typically you would expect in these anime for the team to win, right? The show like didn't pull its punches. They lose.
Okay.
And like seeing the disappointment of everyone, like how hyped up they were, but then the disappointment when they lose, and like the baseball players blaming themselves, but then getting cheered up again by like their supportive fans. Like this is definitely a passion project.
Okay.
That I don't know. I was really happy about it.
Nice. Yeah, it sounds like it turned out really well.
Yeah, and I like that it didn't just like give us like a, here's your happy ending. They're winning now. No, like they're out for the season. They have to accept that fact. And then the final episode is them starting over again.
Okay. Cool.
Next, I hope we've seen this one, both of us, the Gorilla God's Go-To Girl.
Yes, I watched this one too. And this one, it's about the girl who has the gorilla power. And she's very embarrassed about this because girls are weak and dainty, apparently. But she'll just casually like try to open the door and accidentally crush it and stuff like that.
Right.
And then her love interest has the squirrel power, which everyone is racist against squirrels, apparently. Especially the who was that other strong power? Was it like the hippopotamus power or something?
No, you mean the one that was like the main antagonist in the later part of the series? He was, what was it? It was some kind of wildcat, wasn't it? Like a panther or something, or like a cougar?
Like
not cougar.
Lion or tiger or something?
Yeah, it was definitely some kind of wildcat, and like how he thought like they were supposed to be the two strongest combat animals.
Yes. And I don't know, gorilla would not have made my list of top 10 strongest combo.
Yeah, I don't know, but I'll just go with it.
Where's the hippopotamus or the shark, right? But anyway, yeah, and I quite like this show. I thought it was funny. I was a bit disappointed with I don't know, the more serious side of the show.
Were you?
A little bit. It just never really caught me. But I enjoyed the funny parts.
I guess what was the serious part that you're talking about? That whole like final conflict that you brought up?
The whole final conflict, but also like all the stuff going on with the school, and there's like that hostage situation at the school.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I didn't like the male lead much. I just thought he was boring.
Wait, I thought you liked him. The squirrel?
Yeah, the squirrel.
Maybe it's just because he's so nice and that's like just too boring for you.
Exactly. I need my drama.
Like he's definitely like the sweet man, right? He's such a good character. He does all the right things, says the right things, is always looking out for her. That's not enough for you, Draggle. You need the bad the bad qualities.
She needs to go for the bad boy. Yeah.
That's right.
And she needs to suffer. Everyone needs to suffer.
I was kind of surprised that you seemed to think they were cute at the start, or like the last time we talked about this. So now I'm justified. I was like, there's no way that he's going to be like a favorite character later on. And it's true. Oh, I also wanted to correct you. I was right. When we talked about this show before, like you confused me because you're like, oh, it's obvious that he's the squirrel because you remember when they got like stranded and they took care of it. That didn't happen until after the scene that we talked about.
Oh, really? I just mixed it up.
Yeah. So I like watched another episode or two, and then that scene with the cabin happened, and I was like, oh, this is what he's talking about.
Oh, okay.
That's why I didn't know. But now I did. I mean, I did know because of what you said, but like,
oops, sorry,
I wasn't supposed to know yet.
You.
It's okay. I was just so confused, wondering what I had missed, and then so I kept watching it, and then when it happened, I'm like,
okay.
Now it makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, it's hard to keep track of like where things happen. You watch it and then you get mixed up afterwards.
Well, I think that's especially true because of the nature of how we watch anime. We are juggling so many shows at once.
Yes, exactly.
So events just get mixed up.
Yeah, if I watched it all at once, it would be less confusing.
Yeah. But I am with you. I thought this was entertaining. I thought some of the interactions between the various animals that they were fun to sort of see. And I liked it when it was more of the comical tone, like you pointed out. But yeah, nothing groundbreaking here. It was just a good show.
Yeah, I felt the same way. Next is I'm the evil lord of an intergalactic empire. I'm guessing I'm the only one who watched this.
That's right, just you.
Yeah, this one shares many characteristics of the shows we talked about in the trash category, but it embraced its trashy nature, and it succeeded because of it, I felt.
Yeah, that's what you want out of your trash, right? The good trash.
Exactly. This was the good trash. Yeah. And there's lots of suffering, and it's all about being funny, right? It doesn't really have much of a serious side to it, but it's you know exactly what to expect. It's entertaining, and you get what you're looking for. So I quite enjoyed this show.
I'm glad for you, Draggle.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So this next entry, My Hero Academia Vigilantes, I do intend to watch this. I just didn't actually, because I decided to go back and try to catch up on some of the previous My Hero Academia shows that I had stalled on. So this one will be all you about discussing Vigilantes.
Yeah, I dropped the main My Hero Academia, so I didn't need to catch up on it. Mm-hmm. But I like this one better than the original, actually.
Yeah, that's what I've heard from some other people.
Yeah, it's kind of a bit darker. It has less of that, like, there's 500 characters you have to keep track of. There's really, like, 3 main characters in this show. And so I think it's a bit more focused.
For now.
Because
it looks like there's going to be a sequel.
Yeah, there's going to be a sequel.
So that might not be the same forever.
Yeah, we'll see if I watch the sequel. So I enjoyed this. I would put this on the lower end of our good category, though.
Oh, really? Okay.
Just because, you know, the fighting is not my thing. This one had a lot of fighting. It wasn't. It was a fine fighting, though. It also it did have a bunch of like cameos from the main series,
original series.
Yeah. Some of them were kind of forced, like especially that running guy. He just like shows up in one section and he tells the main character like, "Yo, you're cool, dude," and then he runs off.
And I mean, it's for the fans, right? That's what those little cameos are for.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not enough of a fan to appreciate them, I think.
You recognized him, right?
Yeah, of course. He's one of the main ones, so.
And you were just like, whatever.
Yeah. I don't think there was a Froggy Girl cameo. Then I would have been excited.
So because it wasn't one of your favorite characters.
Exactly. Yes.
All right, last on our entry for good is Once Upon a Witch's Death, which I liked.
I liked it too. I was kind of surprised how well it turned out, honestly.
Yeah, I wasn't quite sure how they're going to approach this the further it went along, right? Because it was pretty goofy at the start. Like, yeah, there was sort of that darker undertone, right? With her death, obviously.
Yeah.
But just like the way that she is, her personality, the way that she just treats others and interacts with them, it was all very lighthearted, right?
Yep.
But then, like, as we went further along and met more and more people, and as we saw, like, the consequences of her actions and her magic, which at the moment, like, when they happened originally, they all seemed good, right? It seemed like a nice ending. But then you find out later that some of the things that she had done, some of those happy endings, don't turn out the way you expect them to, and they've morphed into something darker that she has to now deal with, like the tree.
Yeah.
Which I really appreciated that. I like how you just had some of those carried through into further episodes.
Yeah. I was impressed by that as well. And by how it balanced the lighter humor with the more serious topics.
Yeah. And there were definitely like things I didn't see coming, right?
Yeah.
Like I was always curious about why she was cursed and if it was a true curse or if it was just like her mentor bullshitting her. Right? But then it turned out to be true.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you find out the truth behind that for like why she's cursed
Right.
and why her mentor even took her in the first place, it was pretty monumental.
Yeah. It did a surprisingly good job with those darker topics, especially since like on the surface, you wouldn't have thought it would at all, just from how the show looks, right?
Yeah. And I even went and, did that whole, oh, well, this feels relevant for the times, because then you find out what happened to her city and how it was destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
You see the moment that her mother dies protecting her, right? And like an entire city wiped out. And it was because it was a city that was extremely anti-magic and was persecuting witches, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then having a product of that prejudice come and destroy their entire city in retaliation. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Trying to comment on something?
It definitely did the serious aspects well, and it was a very thoughtful show.
I thought so. I hope that she's able to fill her little jar, before the end there. When she goes wandering off to go explore the world, which I think it does have a hopeful ending, but they do leave it a bit ambiguous.
Yeah. I took it as a hopeful ending as well.
Yeah.
Oh, should we move on to the best of the season category?
Go ahead.
Okay, first is Apocalypse Hotel. I love this show so much. Oh my god.
Drago, I almost didn't finish this.
Uh-huh.
Like, I'm ashamed. Because I enjoyed the first couple of episodes, but I knew they were fantastic when I originally saw them at the beginning of the season.
Right.
But then I got so distracted by watching other shows so that I could talk about them with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I knew that you were putting this off because you tend to marathon things you really like. So I kept pushing it off too.
Right.
And then by the end, I was like, oh, I don't have time to watch this before we talk about the season. But then when, the more I looked at it, when I was trying to see if I could squeeze in one more show, and this one turned out to be the one. God, like every episode I was watching, I was just like, how did I not just marathon through this? Or like, how did I not watch this weekly? Because it is so well written. It is so beautiful. And this one is it became my favorite of the season.
Yeah, mine too.
And I thought I already had a favorite of the season is the thing. And then this one was just like, no, this is a 10 out of 10.
Yes, completely agree. Such a good show. Oh my god.
And like, how do can tell me why this is a 10 for you?
Like, I tried to write a review earlier and I just failed miserably. But
why is it so much easier to just like rail on terrible shows or things we hate, but when we come across something we love, we're just speechless?
Exactly. Yeah. It just all like came together so perfectly, I felt. Like,
yeah,
it's beautiful, but thematically, like, it's spot on. Like every episode was its own story, right? It is very episodic. There are reoccurring characters, there are common themes, but each one can be watched on its own as its little story, right? Yeah, but it's episodic, but it doesn't really feel that way because it integrates so tightly with thematically. It's not like, okay, now we're going to talk about this. Now we're going to talk about this.
No.
It really is.
It felt very cohesive.
Cohesive, complete story, right?
Yeah. And you see the passage of time too, which is hilarious. And it reminds you over and over again that she is not human.
Yes.
I mean, even though she has these very human-like emotions, and we have what feels like a very close examination of what humanity is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even though there are no humans whatsoever.
Yeah.
But then we see the passage of time, how she's there for centuries.
Right.
Right? I mean, you have characters who like visit and then they come back how many centuries later? And then you have the Tanuki family they come and I thought they were going to be temporary. And then they end up just like, right?
Yeah.
They end up just being there forever. And then you end up loving them, especially Ponko, right?
Exactly.
Like there were times where I was just mad at her, but then I also loved her. And then you see how she changes along with Yachio, and they basically become like sisters.
Right.
Oh my God.
It's so funny too.
It is. It's so funny. And not just that, but like I feel like there's so much love. It reminds me kind of the previous show that talked about animation, where every episode was sort of a nod to one of their favorite animations and demonstrated like different qualities.
I know what you're talking about, but I also forget what it's called.
Like it's from last season, the season before. I felt somewhat similar here because remember how I talked about how like they are sort of episodic, even though they're cohesive.
Mm-hmm.
But I also felt like they really showed off their storytelling chops because they sort of featured different storytelling approaches in every episode.
Yeah. I was thinking of the episode where Yachio thinks she's broken and she goes to look for the spare part. Well, she has the day off.
That was like the 11th episode.
Yeah. Like, they barely talk that whole episode.
Yeah, I was like, look at this. There is not a lick of dialogue, right?
Yeah.
No over-explanation. Everything is visual.
Completely different from all the other episodes. And such a good episode. Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh my God. And then the murder mystery episode, I was just cracking up at how there was like the fear that there was infidelity, right?
Yeah, that was hilarious. Oh my God.
I was just dying. I was like, oh no, Ponko, she's a home wrecker.
The part where I died the most was the wedding funeral.
Oh my, no, but it was beautiful driving.
I was
laughing.
I know.
But in that like marriage and death, right? How it's also life, right? Because a marriage is bringing together lives, creating a new life, and then they end up having a baby together. That's beautiful. But then also how it's hand in hand with death, with someone who was so important to them, their grandma. But then just like the visual of this like corpse at the wedding. I was dying how she's like up there with the bride and groom. Oh my God. Oh, how is it so good? And like,
I don't know.
I can't talk about this enough, like just promote this enough, how people who haven't seen this need to see it.
Yes, you do. Definitely the anime of the year, if not many years.
Oh my God. And I want to just also point out another favorite character, even though he's a destroyer of worlds. Was it Hemi? What was he called? Like
the one who
her nickname for him.
Who they thought she was in love with.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was so good.
I think that's when I started to realize, like, holy shit, this is doing something different. Like, I should be terrified of him because he's here to destroy humanity or like any sort of civilization he's here to annihilate. Like, he's killed people. He already has. We should know that. And yet I ended up loving his character.
Yes.
This is a very special show.
Yes, make sure you all watch Apocalypse Hotel. And I think let's move on to what was originally your favorite of the season, probably. Apothecary Diaries Season 2.
Yes, I still love this.
Me
There's
too.
No question about that.
It was so good.
Oh man, the ending. I mean, the whole lead up through that, right? When you find out the truth behind Lulan's...
Yeah.
Who she is, right? Like, wow.
That was an arc. Oh my God.
And I feel like this is over. I don't know. Do you? Because I'm not reading I was reading the manga. I'm just behind. But this went past the manga that I have read.
Oh, really?
So I don't know if there's going to be any more after this or if this is it.
Well, hopefully they'll write more manga and then... Well, it's actually not... It's based on a light novel, right?
Yeah, actually, I think it looks like there's a sequel. No, this is a light novel, isn't it?
Yeah, I think both the manga and anime are based on a light novel.
Tentatively, I think I might see that there is a sequel scheduled, but I don't really know where they're going to go from here.
They could go anywhere.
It kind of feels... Huh? What do you mean? Like, I feel like now that she knows who he is,
Mm-hmm.
now that she's no longer at the palace, it feels like a good stopping point. But I mean, where do you think it's going to go, or where do you want it to go?
I feel like eventually they're going to get married.
I thought you didn't want that to happen.
Oh, I don't, because I think it's funny the way it is now, but I feel like this is that kind of story.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong.
And ideally, when it'll be a groundbreaking kind of marriage, because it'll be unlike any other before it, where he will love her the way she is. I mean, that's why he loves her, and he will want to keep that.
Yeah. Now she just has to love him.
Also, do away with the inner palace.
Yes.
That was an interesting revelation behind that. I mean, it's not surprising.
No, not surprising at all. I was more surprised that no one realized this.
It seems obvious, like that these are hostages, right?
Yeah.
Political hostages.
Yeah.
And another way for slavery, but
Such a good show.
I was pretty sad about Lulin, but then also a little bit happy with the result of that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, anyone listening to this is a spoiler, right? Like, I knew she wasn't dead.
I thought she was dead. But
But you saw that she wasn't dead, right?
yeah, I saw she wasn't dead. I was unclear on why she wasn't dead. I thought we saw her get shot.
We did. So I don't know if she's going to come back, because I feel like that was a pretty final farewell. But it is pretty mysterious, miraculous how she survived getting shot the way she was.
Yeah.
Then that fall, right? The extreme, it was winter. So like someone had to have saved her.
That's true.
But the manner with which she leaves and like gives away the hair stick, which I do wonder if that's going to come back later. The hair stick itself.
Oh, right. Good point.
But I feel like that's the last we've seen of Lulin, and then we're going to move forward now with Mao Mao and Jinshi.
Yeah, I don't think she's coming back.
No.
I hope she doesn't come back.
But that was a pretty well-written arc.
It was, yeah. And I was skeptical at first, too. But it came together.
Were you? Why?
I don't know. It's just like, where are they going with this? Why do we care about this stupid little kid?
It was good to just trust them.
Yeah, I did trust them. But in the back of my mind, I was wondering. Anyway, let's move on. Go Loser Ranger. So good. I love this. Oh my god.
I have a confession.
What?
I love this, but it's not best of the season for me. It's good, but not the greatest.
Well, yeah, it's not Apocalypse Hotel.
I liked the first season better. Yeah, I liked the first season better than the second season.
I would say I also liked the first season better.
Really?
Yeah, but I still really like this season too.
I did too. Like, I had a lot of fun with it, right? Like, he's a great character. It was cool getting to know some of the other Rangers, like once he was in the Green Ranger group. I don't know what to call it. But, and then the whole various arcs I had were fun, like the repeating time, the time loop in the school was pretty cool.
I thought that was the weakest arc.
Oh.
That's what I was about to
Wait,
say.
really?
Yeah. I mean, it was still good, but
What was your strongest part of this season then?
I kind of enjoyed the ending arc.
I feel like they rushed it. I thought it was like a lot of information and a lot of momentum to like drive us to a finish.
They definitely rushed it.
So that they wouldn't have to do a sequel.
I do agree.
Yeah.
They rushed it.
That's why it's not like up there for me, because I could feel rushed and I didn't like that.
Yeah.
Like, I would have rather they'd done like one more season and then close out at 3 seasons or something.
You don't think they'll do a third season?
I mean, they certainly opened up for the possibility that they've basically gone back to how they were at the beginning, sort of. Where you still have like the Rangers at the top, right? Maybe. Could be. But I kind of feel like this was this energy that they had was better for a big climax, because you didn't get it really in the first season. That was like a smaller battle. And then this felt like the big battle where shit should have changed everything. But then it didn't.
Right. Well, it did change some stuff.
Yeah, some stuff.
Now he has that crazy girl after him.
Wait, which crazy girl?
The one who like wears purple, or the one who's the monster's daughter, or thought she was.
Uskabo.
Yeah, Uskabo. I like her. You're probably not surprised.
Do you?
You're probably not surprised by that.
I'm not. I think she's batshit crazy, man.
That's why she's good. Yeah, I love batshit crazy.
I mean, I still like the yellow chick, Yumeko.
She's also batshit
like,
crazy. Yeah.
She looks like a psycho, right, with the dead eyes.
Yeah, I love her too.
You probably liked Komachi too, the blue lolly looking chick.
No, I don't like her.
You don't? I thought you would because she's also crazy. Everyone's crazy.
Yeah, she's also crazy. But I also like the green one who's like the least crazy. I forget her name. Or at least she's crazy the same way as Fighter D is crazy.
You mean the one that wears like the face mask thing with the teeth?
Yeah, her.
She's a little too logical.
Yeah, she is a little too logical, but someone has to be slightly logical. Anyway, I love this one.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun. And like I said, I think like the character, Fighter D, like he makes the show.
He does, yeah. He's great.
So, okay, this one, KOWLOON generic romance is definitely, what can I say about this show? It was, I think, the most shocking start of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Although it ended up, after seeing Apocalypse Hotel, I would say that this got definitely bumped down. Because I was going to say that this is one of my favorites.
Yeah, I would say this is probably my least favorite in our best of the season section. Really?
Okay.
But still really good. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
It was just this season is so good.
Yeah, way more than I would have expected. But I love the setup of it, right? We talked about the show already in a previous episode. So if anyone wants to listen to that, where we go a little bit more in depth than what we do here. But I do like the way that they took this and like the revelation that this was something that came about from, this was a place that came about from Kudo, right?
Yeah.
But I still don't really, I don't know. I feel like I'm struggling to actually remember the ending. Like, I think like everything is destroyed, right? And then she ends up somehow surviving. I really don't know how she managed to, because the fear was that if she left, she would disappear, right?
Right. Yeah. I don't have any idea how she survived, but she did.
Yeah, but she did. Like, she's able to leave. She's able to start over. I'm assuming it's in Hong Kong or something. You know, it looks like a major city. And then this bastard who like had created this entire world, and then because of him, it also just all goes away. Still feels like they get their happy love story at the end because they reunite, which I was a little dissatisfied with. Like, I wanted them to not be back together at the end.
Yeah, I have to agree with that.
Well, like, most of the stuff leading up to that point, even when the city was getting destroyed, like, I thought that was all pretty strong.
Yeah.
You know, I would have been happier if they had left it at that, where she does make it out, even though I wish I knew why or how. But then that to be her starting over somewhere else.
Yeah, I think she should have started over without that guy. But it was still a strong ending, I think.
It was still a good show overall.
Really beautiful show. Really good, like, sense of the place, of the setting of KOWLOON.
Oh, yeah, it felt very magical.
Yeah, very magical, mysterious feeling while you're watching the show.
All right, so moving on to LAZARUS, another show that we talked about. Another great show for this season.
Yeah, I really like this one. We already said so much about it, but...
We did talk about this pretty in depth already.
Yeah, really beautiful, great action sequences, very thought-provoking, like, conflict with this guy with the diseases and the climate change and all that. Pretty satisfying ending, I thought.
Yeah.
I do think that the random assassin guy, we could have done without him. He was just kind of thrown in there, but...
That felt like it was, like, put in there for even more tension, right? For us to put Axel's character into mortal danger, right?
Yeah. I thought that part was kind of weird and unnecessary, but minor quibbles.
Yeah, I think that was them just trying to, because this is also an anime original, right? And I think that was them just trying to ramp everything up even more. As if, like, humanity coming to an end wasn't already enough drama, right? That they needed more.
Exactly. It needed some parkour battles and reason to have them.
But yeah, I still really loved it. It's so stylistic, right? And I appreciated the lessons, I guess, the questions it's wanting us to ask ourselves, especially considering, you know, the world now.
Yep.
I would recommend this to people.
Yeah, me too. Actually, I already recommended it to a few people.
Oh, good. Yeah, it's easy to me recommend because I can be like, hey, you know Cowboy Bebop? Do you know Samurai Champloo? You should watch this one.
Oh, for me, it's like, I know this guy who his favorite anime is Japan Sinks. So I was like,
oh, yeah.
This is just like Japan Sinks. And he's like, okay, I'm watching it tonight.
It's like, really? Nice.
Probably the only one in the world whose favorite anime is Japan Sinks.
Now, I enjoyed Japan Sinks, but it's not a favorite. That's like a pretty twisted. Yeah.
Yeah, anyway.
But it is good. So let's move on to Maebashi Witches.
Did you watch this at all?
This was the one that was up on, I wasn't sure whether to finish this one or Apocalypse.
Okay.
And I went with Apocalypse.
I think you made the right choice.
Well, but you have it up here, so it looks like it's still something I should finish if you consider it one of the best of the season.
Yeah,
right?
I really enjoyed Maebashi Witches, for sure.
Okay, so I do intend to finish it, but I do want to hear all about it. Tell me.
Okay. Well, I think what I like about this most is it's just so energetic. Visually, it's so colorful. There's so much going on. A lot of it's like examination of the characters and their conflicts, right? So each of them like gets a little character arc, and all of them are really good.
Yeah.
Like they all have some challenges. I know I'm describing this in like the vaguest terms. Like the one of the earlier ones, there's this woman who comes to the shop who's fat, and then
Oh yeah, I did see that episode.
yeah, and that girl like she rails on her for being fat, but she's actually fat herself, and her wish was to be skinny, so she's like in disguise at the store apparently, and she's like attacking herself, and all the girls like think she's being a jerk, but
well, I mean, I thought so too,
she was
right?
being a
I didn't
jerk.
know why.
Yeah, but then once you realize like she hates herself, like it becomes so much sadder, right? And then
It is. We're talking about Azu, right?
I think so, yeah, the black-haired one.
The jerk from the very beginning, the character that I hate.
Yeah, the character you hate. But then you see like how she's suffering and overcome it. And
I still think that she sucks as a character at that point. Like, sure, it's fine to see where she's coming from, but damn, girl.
yeah.
I hope she improves.
It's kind of like the anti-Mediocre Magica, right? Like there's
Yeah.
these girls are stuck in by this mysterious frog creature, but then the main girl, like she just never buys the premise of anything. Like they want her to make a wish, and her wish is that she'll make friends and take pictures with them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's a sweetheart.
she is a sweetheart. And the ending, I thought it was so good. And I don't want to spoil it for you, but it like does not resolve the conflict at all how you would expect, and was all the better for it.
But it is strong through to the finish, which is like that's all I could ask for.
Yeah, I thought the finish was like one of the best parts.
Great. Now I have something to look forward to, because I think I've only seen like 3 episodes.
Oh, okay. You got further than I thought, because originally you didn't even want to watch like the first episode, I think.
Yeah, once I watched the first episode, I was like, oh, okay. And then I watched a couple more, and I was like, this is more interesting now.
Yeah.
So,
Good.
Still to be finished, and I do intend to.
Excellent. Next is Maebashi Gundam GQuuuuuX, or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know how to say it.
I don't know either. Did you watch this one? I know you're not a Gundam person.
No, I did not. I watched the first episode, and I was just so like bleh about it that
Really?
I haven't dropped it per se. Yeah, I haven't dropped it per se, but it's still there. I just haven't had any motivation to pick it up.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I know you're not a Gundam person, but I'm a Gundam person.
I am. What are you talking about? I like certain ones, like Iron-Blooded Orphans is like the best. Anyways, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, you should watch more Gundams. But this one, it's like an alternate universe of the original Maebashi Gundam. So I kind of wish I had remembered more about that.
I like the original Mobile Suit Gundam, which I also have seen.
Really? I'm shocked. Most people haven't
It's
seen
these
that.
fucking annoying girls I don't like. That's why. This one and what was the previous one that everyone loved? You loved, and I was just like, whatever.
Oh, yeah, the Witch from Mercury.
Yeah, I don't like these girl characters. That's like my number one turnoff, but
Interesting.
convince me otherwise.
Yeah, well, this one, the girl characters, they're like, especially one of them is like complete asshole, and it's great.
You know, I just love those asshole characters.
Yeah,
Not
you
really.
might not like it. But at episode 10, I was like, how can this possibly end in 2 episodes? Like, there's so much going on. None of this makes sense. I have no idea what's happening. And they totally did it. And it was a great ending. Oh, my God. And I don't want to spoil
Yeah, that's a
it,
scary
but-
way to feel when you're only like a couple from the end, right?
Yeah.
Where you're like, I don't think they can. So when they're able to, that just makes it even more impactful, you know? Like
Yeah.
you're just impressed at the end.
Yeah, it didn't go at all the way I was heading, but it was a really thoughtful show in the end.
This might be a show that I will make myself watch with KOWLOON because I need someone else to suffer with me.
Okay.
Someone else to hate on the characters with.
Yeah, well, I mean, most Gundam is like this is a Gundam definitely in the lineage of Zeta Gundam, where you hate the main character.
Didn't see that one.
Okay.
There might be a reason. That might be the reason why, but yeah.
Yeah. Zeta Gundam is one of my favorite Gundams.
And now we're finally at the last of the best of the season, which is Rock is a Lady's Modesty.
Yeah, we did an episode on this one too, right? Didn't we?
I believe so. And yeah, I still really enjoyed this. I still think it is totally unrealistic, but that's fine.
Yeah, no one. Who cares about realism?
Who cares about realism in anime?
This was fun. I love it when they embrace the rage and they flip people off and they get their crazy, angry faces.
The number of times I wanted to slap Otaha was very high.
Yeah, she's great.
When she about bailed on them for that final battle, I just wanted to... Oh, she pissed me off. I was so mad at her. But like, how dare you walk away from your friends in their time of need? Just to like satisfy your own. Come on, don't be so full of yourself.
Yeah.
I'm glad they performed. I'm glad they kicked those boys' asses.
Yeah, that final scene was great.
Yeah, how they took those fans and made them their own. Damn right they did.
Yeah, this was definitely my feel-good show of the season. Yeah,
I just wish... Okay, I have one disappointment for the show. And it's that we never got the confrontation or the follow-through with Lisa's mother.
Yeah, that's a good point. They never really went anywhere with that.
No. So I don't know if... I mean, it feels satisfying mostly where they ended it, right?
Yeah.
I'm okay with where it ended. But I feel like with the way, like some of the new characters they added at the end, that they could have a second season. And if they have a second season, I would like them to go and have her eventually confront her mother. It doesn't even have to be a peaceful one, right? They can just agree to disagree.
The more violent, the better. It needs some,
for you.
some cussing. Yeah.
So I would like that to be a major point in a sequel, if I do a sequel.
You know what I think gonna happen is she's gonna cuss out her mom, and then her mom's gonna cuss right back, and then the little sister will be like, "Wow, my stepmom rules."
What? No. Stepmom actually sucks.
Yeah, but she sucks because she's trying to be something she's not, right? She's probably actually an asshole. I
mean, there had to be something that drew her to the father, the biological father of Lilisa, right?
Right.
Who was also the reason why Lilisa likes rock music is she learned that from her father. So maybe there is another side to her mom that would make for a really interesting story.
Yeah. I think this is probably,
give that to me.
Probably based on some manga or something.
It is based on a manga, yes.
Yeah.
Which is still running. So that means that there's more, I guess, they can do.
Yeah. So we could get a sequel, but also I think it ended in a mostly reasonable place to stop too.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I would be satisfied with, if I really want to know, just go read the manga.
Exactly. Yeah. Maybe I should read the manga.
And then you won't hear the awesome rock music.
That's true. I'll have to imagine it.
Now, we only have a few listed on our ongoing shows. These are the ones that are still airing into the current summer season. Beginning with Anne Shirley, which I believe is still only me, but which I confess I have only seen a couple of episodes just because there were so many other shows. And being as it's a story that I'm so intimately familiar with because of the books and live action series and another anime, I know what's going to happen, right? It's basically just me watching it to just see it in a shiny new skin.
Right. So not your top priority.
Yeah. Not my top priority. Maybe if we get it, which is not going to be this next season, by the way. I was going to be when it's a slow season.
Yeah.
Next is Sword of the Demon Hunter Kijin Gentosho. Are you watching this still?
I am watching this still, although I'm not sure how much longer I'll stick with it.
Yeah, I stalled. I liked where it was going, but has your attitude towards it changed?
I feel like I'm kind of lost what's happening now, to be honest.
Okay, that's unfortunate.
There was definitely some of the early arcs were quite good, but I've just been slowly losing interest.
And last is Witch Watch, which I dropped, but how about you?
Oh, I'm still enjoying Witch Watch. Yeah.
Okay.
I love the manga too, so I'm gonna stick with this one.
Sounds good.
Yeah. And that's it. What a season. Oh my god.
What a season.
We had 8 shows in our best of the season.
Kind of unheard of.
I'm pretty
right?
sure more than we've ever had before. And like we all agree on them. It's not like we had different ones.
No. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah. So watch Apocalypse Hotel.
If there's any takeaway, that's the one you do. Tune in again to Kaiseki Anime Podcast 2 weeks from now. Please feel free to send us questions or comments on Blue Sky with hashtag Kaiseki Anime Podcast or at our individual accounts at Draggle and at MarinaBNB.
Listen to and review us on Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts so we can continue to grow and improve. Thanks for listening. See you next time.